Lisa Wells from Food, Fear and Freedom, coming live today to continue our talk on cravings. I'm having a bit of a cravings month, just sort of talking about it with everybody that I can, because these are the urges that really strongly compelling us to eat things that we don't want to eat, and at times when we don't want to eat them. From the thousands of women that I have spoken to in my time as a health coach, helping women getting their eating habits back on track and creating more consistent, healthy days for themselves, is they all say to me, I know what is healthy to eat, but I just don't do it, or I just can't do it. More to the point, is you can't because of these urges. And so, where do they come from? So today I want to talk to you about the 3 essential tools to take control back of your cravings. Now, these are tools, strategies, things that you can implement and put in place. Generally not just once, but generally every day. It's a thing of a repetition, and that's actually one of the tools. So I won't talk about that too much at the moment. But yeah, we need tools, we need strategies. So if we are experiencing a behavior that we don't want, we actually can change it ourselves. So that brings me to my first tip, or my first tool, which is realizing that this all started in the mind. When someone says, oh, it's all in your head, well, it actually is. It all started in our mind, in a point where we were experiencing emotional discomfort and we didn't know how to deal with it. And then the situation might have finished or passed on. And then here we are, still acting in a way as if we need this level of protection, still kind of having this behavior that's now actually controlling us, because we didn't actually know that we had to tell that behavior to stop now. We don't need this level of protection anymore. So just if you can realize that it's not you constantly stuffing up, it's not you. We are sort of brainwashed, hypnotized, we are conditioned from our family situation growing up, in society and peers and media and society. Did I say that already? So yeah, it's really all in the mind. And if you can kind of understand that it's not you failing all the time, that it's just a matter of working to recondition your mind, retrain your brain for what you do want, instead of getting up every day and experiencing what you don't want. Because this thing that you don't want, it's a habit in the brain. It's cells in your brain that have wired together to think that this is what you want. And it was at one stage for however, whatever period of time it needed to be there. But now you don't want it. It's causing you too much pain. So we need to start changing that. And it is possible, but it's not through another diet. It's not through another boot camp. We all know what is healthy to eat. So if you're having trouble implementing it or staying healthy for the long term, then it's just because of what's happening in your habits, your patterns, and your beliefs about yourself. So that's the first thing I want you to know, is that it's not you, it's not a flaw, you're not broken, you don't need fixing. We just want to work on, rewiring some brain cells together. And it takes time. So you need to be sort of dedicated for a certain amount of time. It's not just something you'll try for a week. It's got to be until it happens. And that's why I can't say, okay, well, for you, this is going to take, 3 months. It's like, it depends on how receptive your brain is going to be. It depends on how much time you dedicate to repetition of this new skill. Okay, so the next one is awareness of what is happening and how it happens. Having awareness means it's a conscious moment. Not having awareness means the subconscious is in control, and you've eaten a whole packet of something and you think, wow, how did that happen? I didn't even taste it. Or I was reaching for my next one and the whole packet's gone and I didn't even really know that that was happening. So our subconscious mind is basically very useful, because we don't have to learn every day how to walk or how to drive to work or do our shoelaces or clean our teeth, or how to make our coffee. So the subconscious mind has got great attributes, but there's also some attributes that we might need to reshift, refocus, rework. And when you have an awareness, like when I used to be in the kitchen having negative thoughts about being left alone to do all the cooking and do all the stuff for the family, I needed to retrain those thoughts because that was not healthy for me, and it was negative and it was toxic. So I needed to sort of, every moment that I caught myself thinking those resentful thoughts, whenever I caught myself thinking them, that's your moment of conscious awareness, and that's your opportunity to then change the behavior, the thoughts, the feelings from there. So having awareness of when your cravings are coming on, and what actually happens. So is it triggered by filling up the car with petrol? Is it triggered by doing the grocery shopping and you want to eat a snack in the car on the way home? Is it triggered every Friday when you have had been sort of good all week and kept to your healthy eating, and then Friday is like, woohoo, time to celebrate and party, and then that leads into a weekend of binging or just eating unhealthy food to kind of satisfy this need within you that it feels it needs to be satisfied. So having awareness is key, because when you have awareness, it puts you in the driver's seat instead of you being in the back seat of the car and the subconscious mind is driving. Okay, and you just sitting in there being a passenger, just going along with whatever it says. So I need you to come in that driver's seat and drive you as a being, instead of having the brain just automatically autopilot, getting up, this is what I'm doing, same feelings that I've had yesterday, the week before, the month before, the year before. We can change that. Okay, and it's just through repetition. I also really want you to know and understand that you will need an actual 12 weeks to longer, okay, to have a plan that includes repetition. And it's a little bit of, we've got to face what's happening behind all that. It's a little bit of facing it and feeling it. Okay, so if you don't really have an actual plan that includes this repetition of this new way, this new positive thoughts and feelings, and some sort of work to be able to sort of face what's going on and feel what's happening underneath all of that sort of cravings behavior, and you need 30 to 90 days at least, could be a year, could be up to a year. Today I was listening to an expert speaking on this topic. So, you could, we need to dedicate, even put aside up to a year to work on this, to really get these new habits and patterns in place. And you need a plan that's going to support you. So in that way, having a diet, we've all done that. And we know that when the diet is finished, that we go back to our old ways. We all know that if we are restricting, too restrictive, being good on the week, during the week, which leads to those outbreaks on the weekend. So we need an actual plan that is going to fit any situation, every situation, day to day to day to day to day. Repetition, and just a little bit of inner work as well. So they're the top 3 tools that you need to understand and be aware of to overcome your cravings, to take charge back instead of having them be in charge of you and controlling you and what you eat. So I've got some resources. I do have a free cravings tracker. I'll pop the link in the comments here. It's a PDF that you can print out and fill out, 4 steps for that. And then there's a 15-minute training video on how to do it, what's the best way to do it. So I'll pop the link there, free cravings tracker for you. I have an event coming up at Healthy Inspirations in Blackwood on the 3rd of March. Don't let your weekend be your week end. Get it? Pretty cool. So for everyone in the emotional eating Facebook group here, you get a $5 discount. So it will only be $10 for that workshop. And you will get your strategies and five strategies on how to start implementing straight away these changes that you can make so you can actually be more consistent with your healthy eating. And also got coming up a free Cravings Breakthrough Masterclass in March. So message me to go on the wait list for that so you don't miss out on that. So that's going to be 2 30-minute sessions that I'll be doing for free about your cravings breakthrough. So there's a few resources for you. I hope you found this helpful. Let me know if out of those three, realizing that it's kind of it all starting in the mind, having awareness around when it happens for you, and if you have tried or have implemented an actual plan for up to 90 days that includes just repetition and the feeling work and the facing work, facing yourself, facing it, whatever it is, this craving. All right, beautiful. I'd love to know. Give me a comment, give me a love. So the more you guys can comment and like on this, the more people will see it, and the more ladies we can help start creating more consistent, healthy days for themselves, which is amazing. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you for commenting, and I will talk to you soon.